Now the party's over and now the big clean-up is underway. Glastonbury 2014 is over and thousands of very tired people began to leave the Somerset site this morning.
But plans are already up and running for next year. And Michael Eavis says the headliners for 2015 are booked. Back to this year's event though, and our reporter Laura Makin-Isherwood spent the whole weekend at the festival and has today been witnessing the mass exodus from Worthy Farm.
Well, this is a very different Worthy Farm to the one that we stood in just 24 hours ago. Instead of people partying, it's now the litter pickers that reign, combing the acres for every ounce of the tons of rubbish that's been left behind and signalling the start of the return of this farm to its former green state. Now, of course, every year here has its defining moments, and 2014 was no different. From the thunderstorm on Friday, so fierce that they had to cut the power from the pyramid stage for the first time in the festival's history, to the explosion of sound that then came from it on Saturday night with headliners Metallica. But I think for many that came here, probably this year will go down as the year that Dolly Parton did Glastonbury.
Now, how many of you go so far back that you'd remember a song of mine called Jolene?
It was a Sunday set bigger than many have ever seen, but Dolly had them all in the palm of her hand. Through the mud they came to see the living legend, who herself seemed quite at home.
All I could see was just tents and people and water trucks and porta potties and all that stuff, and I was thinking, ooh, I'd hate to get stuck in the mud with all that, but they must have a good time doing that. And since this is the biggest festival in the world, I even wrote a song about the mud, so we'll be doing that in the show. I thought, well, we have to write a song about the Glastonbury mud, even though the sun's shining today.
Today that dance floor turned desolate. After 3 days of music, creativity and camping, the Glastonbury exodus began. Heavy heads and heavy legs dragging heavy loads home.
It's been amazing, it's been really good. Yeah, it's a shame about the rain and stuff, but yeah, the music definitely made up for it.
Get a shower and something to eat and sleep. Knackering. So going home, have a bath and sleep.
All that's left is the task to rid the site of rubbish and dismantle this temporary town, so that as the masses return to work, Michael Eavis's farm can too. On a site this big, one that became home to more than 170,000 people, it could take more than 6 weeks for this to be cleared up. But for the many that have headed home tonight, they will be washing off their tents, washing off that mud and looking forward to 12 months' time. Because you're right, Michael Eavis has confirmed that there will be another Glastonbury 2015.
Well, a real mixed bag of weather for Glastonbury, but it wouldn't be the same without that mud, really.
No,
would
not
it?
at all. That's what the wellies are for.
Yeah, he says, not having been, stay nice and dry.
But no, you're